Uh, in the last session, we built this particular application, which is going like this. So if we change accordingly, it is changing the things. We have also implemented that particular specific part. It is showing me the toast. If we click on that event, it is changing. So we have implemented a few event handlers. So now the point is, if I want to show a menu item here at this particular specific action bar, and then perform some specific actions, and how we can do that. The first thing is, we need to add inside our resource folder, we need to add a menu resource directory. So we can say that we want to add a resource directory, Android resource directory. When you click on that, you look at that, we want what you want to add, resource type, it's a value, it's a raw, but we are looking at the layout, sorry, menu. So we select the menu, automatically it changed that particular directory name. Now you can change it, that particular directory. It is not necessarily it should be menu, but it's better that we stick to that particular specific default values. And when we click OK, it will create it has created that particular Android resource directory named menu inside my resource folder. And what happened in our R class, inside our R class, we have created a menu class. Now we right click on that particular menu, and then we click we want to add a menu resource file. Menu resource file, it is a menu directory. We can say that main underscore menu, and we cannot use the capital letters. As soon as I give the capital letter over there, it shows me that you can't use that particular capital letter. Only lower case characters, AZ09 or underscore we can use. Nothing else we can use for the name of the resource file. So we stick to that particular specific rules, and we say that we want to create that particular file. It is creating that particular. So here we have the item, okay, and then we can say that we have multiple things that we need to show it here. The first is icon, but for icon we need to select some specific. Maybe we can add certain specific vector graphics here, vector assets. I keep it like that. I don't want to change. Finish. And then we also can change another vector graphics. Select a different one, vector assets. I'm just randomly selecting anything. You can, okay, next, finish, and then let me add another one, and then we will start working on our file. So what is that particular, sorry, vector graphics we are, and then here we want to add what, album, okay, alarm, and click next, finish. So we have added, so we have added, so we can say that Android. So look, show as action. Now here we have if room, never, with text, collapse actions, always. If I say always, it will always show that particular specific property. And then we have a specific property that we need to title, and then here we can give the name like Android. This property is compulsory. Remember, I mean, as soon as give the title, that item, red line, gone. So we have to provide this particular property. Other properties are not necessary. If you are not giving, for example, if I say that now, when I say show as action, always, it show the icon always. And if I say that if room, there's a room, it shows that particular specific item. Now I say that I add another menu item, again not this one. Then I say that title, I can say that the other thing is I think user, okay, and then I say icon. There was icon here that I have added. One is the alarm, the other one is the Android assignment. I think I say assignment, okay, and then I say that show as if room. Still we have the room, okay, it show me that one, and then we can put another item, that is the third one, and then we can simply say that title, and that was alarm, and then we can say that icon, and we can say that alarm, and one other thing, icon tint, okay, and here if I say that show always, look at that, that color has changed, it has become pink, okay. So we can even, we have not changed, but we can change the icon tint, and maybe we can say that Android color white, it become white, okay. Let's see here again, if I say that if room, it will see that if there is a room or not. So we have the room for all of them. If we are adding them, okay, we just keep it like that. If it is a room, then it will be go over there. If it is not, it will show you 3 dot. When you click on that, it will show you the title, and then you click on that and you can select it. So we have created a menu resource in our project, and now how we can use it. As I told you that we have to implement 2 methods. One is the on create options menu, in which we are going to assign, we are creating, inflating, we are creating all those objects and putting that particular inside our what you can say that inside our action bar. That is when we are creating it. And this on options item selected mean that we are trying to handle the click events on those items, okay. So we need to implement that particular method. So we can say that on options menu on create, it's on create, not options, on create options menu, and then we say that return super. So it does not necessary that we return this thing. We can simply say that we get menu inflator, which will inflate, create that particular object, create that menu, dot inflate. And if we look at that particular specific method, it say that we need a menu resource. The menu resource file that we have created, we provide it here, and it also need a menu, okay. So we already have that particular menu here, so we can say that inflate and then r dot menu dot main menu, and then menu. This one line will do the trick. It will create it. Right now, let me run it and see how it goes. So look, right now I'm clicking on it, but it is not doing anything. And the other thing is, they are all 0. That tint is not working. Again, these are the what you can say that the graphical details that inside our, if we look at here, it is actually working. If I just try to make it a little bigger, it is working. That particular tint color is working, is changing the color of that particular icon, but in the actual, on the virtual device, it is not working. Anyway, so we have created the menu. Now the point is, how we can handle that particular specific. So again, let's go back to our, we have on options item selected. So we can say that on options item selected, and here we have that particular item, that item on which the user has clicked. Now how we can find out that item? Again, we come down here, in all of these items we click, we provide the ID. I say that Android menu, and then here I say that ID, we can say that assignment menu, and then here I can say that ID, it will be like alarm menu. So we have those IDs. So because we know those IDs, we can simply, what we can put a switch, switch on what, item dot get item ID, case r.id dot Android menu break case r.id dot assignment menu break, and then of course the third one is the r.id dot alarm menu, and we can put a break. I don't want to go with the default one. Okay, so we have that, maybe I can go for the default one, default, and here we are trying to show some toast, the favorite of us, make text this. I will just this is our Android menu, and then we have toast dot short and dot show. So let me copy these things here. It's not many, it's menu, and then we have assignment, Control Z, yep, Control Z, and then here we can say that alarm menu. Okay, and in the default, what we are saying that default menu. Let's see. So once we run that particular application, see what's happening over here. So when you click on that, what is that? Android menu. Why it was showing you the other thing before? Assignment menu, alarm menu. If I click on this action button, does it say doing something? No. So I was thinking that. Okay. Okay. But where is the now? Okay, when it is changed, item is selected. If you have the same item, you have not changed it. So when you change it, it's not going to work. Okay, that's another thing. Okay, how we can handle that particular specific part. Fine. So that is how we can implement the menus. We can click on that. We can click on the Android. We can click somewhere. So we can click. Of course, this is not the way that we are implementing. That will show you how we can do the things, how we can add the menu. Of course, we are going to do some meaningful actions on that. One interesting question, I leave it with you. Okay, and what is that? For example, let me add another activity. Okay, because In the next class, we will see that we will have multiple activities in one program or the one project. And that is normally we don't have the application which has only one activity. They have multiple activities. They have multiple screens inside. So right click on that particular application and then I go to the activity. So again I say best empty activity. Where is the empty activity? Right click on the application, or we can go with the new file, new, go to find the activity, and we can say that empty activity. And of course here we need to give the name. We can say that it is our second activity. It will create, you want to generate the layout file, yes, it will create the Java file as well as the layout file. And it is a launcher activity. Node, our main activity is a launcher activity. And when I finish it, this is what we have here. Okay, as I told you, like by default the main activity is the launcher activity. We can change that particular behavior inside our Android. So what I can do, instead of having that particular this one, this. Look, this particular activity, that is the second activity, it also has an entry inside our Android manifest file. Main activity, we have two activities now, main activity and the second activity. And instead of making that main activity to start by default, I am asking to start, I need to control V. I put that particular intent filter inside the second activity, so it means that the second activity that we have just created, it has nothing inside it. Okay, it will be our starting activity when we run that particular project. So let's run that particular project and see what's happened over there. Where is my menu? The reason my menu is not appearing in the second activity, the reason is that we have not implemented those methods on create option menu, on option menu selected, something like that. If we have not implemented, it is not going to show that particular menu. Do you think it is wise or it is a good practice that we have implement all those methods, those two overridden methods in each and every activity? If we have 10, 20 activities, then we have to implement that activity in each and every activity. And if we want to change that particular menu code, then we have to go on those 20 places and change it. Now, the question that I want to leave with you is that how we can solve that particular problem. And the hint is that the solution lies inside the inheritance. So let's stop our video demonstrations, and then you can work on by yourself on that activity. Okay, fine.